Hello my lovelies, and welcome to today's very special tutorial. I'm Alya and I'm so glad you could stop by and find out all about this really special turban, I guess, look, or tichel that we're going to try from the 30s. This is a little bit of a continuation on from the other videos I've done on the different eras of headscarves and things like that, but I've just decided to dedicate this whole video to this one decade because first of all it's not really represented in Pinterest or Google or the places I've been looking. It's all about the 40s or the 20s or the 60s, but there's some eras that are just underrepresented, I feel like, in the pictures, and there could be a million reasons why. I mean, the world was not in a good place in the 30s, so whether they just didn't document as much stuff or there wasn't as much fashion attention during those times or things like that, not sure. But I found one breathtaking turban which I want to dedicate this video to, and yeah, I hope you can stick around and see how I've tried to replicate it. So for this really special turban I've got two scarves, and as you can see they're very similar. This one's got this sort of Asian kind of feel to it with the beautiful circles. It's absolutely gorgeous to the feel. I'm not entirely sure what it's made from, but it's very fine and got beautiful metallic strands through it. And this one's very similar in terms of description. It's silver and black and it's got metallic strands through it, but it's got a ruffle fabric to it. I'm sure you can kind of make it out on the screen, and it's very stretchy because of that, because you can sort of stretch out that accordion till flat or let it sit a little bit more pleated. So the reason I've chosen two scarves is I tried this look about 5 different ways with one single scarf, and it's just not long enough. So those of you at home that have an extra long t-shirt scarf, give it a go. I don't have anything that long so yeah, I think it's really worth giving it a go, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with the two different scarves. Now I've chosen two similar ones, but by all means choose two contrasting ones or choose two identical ones or whatever is your preference. I also tried this with just a plain black t-shirt scarf underneath as well, but then I remembered that I have this one, so I thought they would match even better. Okay, so I've got my non-slip headband there. I've got my scarf on. It's folded in half with this side coming to the front and the folded side sitting on the nape of my neck. So I'm just going to start by folding over the crisscross that we see at the front of the model there. Now this is obviously something that is pre-tailored rather than a straight up scarf, but I had to try it because it's just so stunning. Okay, now at the back we're just going to twist it over. We're not going to tie, and then we're going to bring it back here, making sure none of the fringes come out, and try and bring it up as high as you can. Now for this one I'm actually going to use pins. If you want to tie, by all means tie. I just feel a lot more secure with a pin here. I'm just going to go straight into my hair, so it's not really holding on to anything. It's just creating a bit of a different design there. This one I'm going to try and tuck away. Okay, so you've got that basic regal turban underneath, and now for this beautiful kind of donut that she's got on the top. So I'm going to start from the very base of my neck. This one I'm going to try and get pretty even. I think it's important for this look. And I'm going to go from the base of my neck, from the nape, to the very peak of my turban here. Okay, if you're feeling a bit slippery, a little bit like you're not controlling your tichel, by all means give it a pin or a tie or something like that, but I'm just going to go for a knot at this stage. Now not too tight. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start weaving tails very widely through. So try and spread it around out a little bit as you weave them, but then continue to weave down. Once you get to the point where you have just too much going on with the fringes, if you have fringes, or with the ends, if that's all you're dealing with, I just recommend you stop for now. I'm going to do the exact same thing with the other side. Alright, so now we're going to create that shape. So we're going to keep this peak part, leave that sort of alone, and then we're just going to gather these, sort of zhuzhing them as we go, and do the other side. That's why it was a bit important to leave it loose so that you have lots of flexible space to work in. The next step is to take the edges of this beautiful crown, once you're happy with how the sort of twirls are sitting, and just tuck it in to the base tickle so that you're sort of hiding all your edges. So there'll be a pocket right underneath where this crown is sitting to hide all those fringes. And you get this amazing crowned tichel, but you still get that beautiful V in the front, which you can definitely exaggerate by moving it around to suit your shape of your face or how you like to wear your tichels. So I absolutely love this variation. It's a kind of a beautiful combination between two tichels that I love to wear, and it's just can do a great job of tucking away my fringes, but I think it's just so regal and so beautiful, and really just you have something very special about it. But as you can tell, this isn't exactly what is going on in the picture, but as I was experimenting, I came up with this look, and it is it's a new favorite. I think I love it. So this is one option, I guess, and I love how the two scarves, because the fabric is different, they just work off each other and contrast but also complement. So very cute. I don't know, I'm just really loving this look, and I thought I'll show you this one first. But then we're going to go back to that very first step when we introduced this second scarf. Okay, so we're back to the end of step one, and once again we're making sure that this second scarf is quite even. This time I'm going to make sure that it's a little bit wider on my neck. The same sort of thing is going to start at the nape and come up to the very peak. This time though, after I tie it a little bit more tightly, you want to get to this point. The way I did that is by taking the front of the tail and just keep on wrapping it around in the exact same spot, keeping it nice and wide and flat. So you get to this beautiful peaked situation here. The only challenge here is how you're going to hide your fringes here, and not too bad actually, but it is a little bit tricky just getting them all together for my scarf. So just pick your scarves wisely for this step. And again, I'm going to find that little pocket in my base scarf and just go underneath with it. Just funny because they're a little bit slippery and things like that. So get to about this stage, and next I want to arrange it so that it's got a bit more of a peak, a bit more of a triangle finish. Alright ladies, and this is my take on this beautiful, obviously pre-sewed sort of hat turban, but handmade and individually wrapped turban here with that beautiful peak finish, and you've got that same twisty look. I'm sure that you could probably introduce something that's triangular shape, like maybe a bit of cardboard or a bit of fabric that you can then wrap your tickle around rather than using the scarf around itself, and then you'll get much more shape. But that wasn't the fun part here. The fun part was to challenge myself to recreate the same look that they wore in the 30s with just what I had lying around, and I'm absolutely just so excited. I know it's such a silly thing to be excited by, but so excited about how these two completely different styled tichels, one's Israeli, one's this oriental sort of piece, one's a really soft and stretchy fabric, the other one's a very slippery, unforgiving sort of polyester fabric. It didn't matter, they just complement each other so beautifully, and I just can't wait to have somewhere to wear this. This is so much fun. You get this beautiful height through the original tichel with the bun underneath, just hair. If you don't have hair, you can just grab any old scarf, you know, and tie it into a bun. If your hair isn't going to do the job, that's no problem. It's just for the height, and then you've got this beautiful headband in the front too. Absolutely gorgeous. The only thing I didn't commit to for this particular tutorial was the eyebrows. I've actually included a second picture in my in my thumbnail just to show the overall styling of the era. You know how she's got that beautiful chiffon necktie, and she's got the sort of wavy hair, and that's definitely a hat. That's for sure a hat. But you know, that sort of beautiful styling and the thin, very low set eyebrow. I mean, wasn't going to do the whole glue and everything. That's not this channel, guys. But I had to include it just to sort of celebrate the era and really represent a little bit more about what it was all about, because like I said to you at the beginning, I just couldn't find much. So I'm really excited I found this, and it's gorgeous, and I had a lot of fun coming up with these looks and these variations, all inspired by this beautiful wrap. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I most certainly had quite a fun time creating it all. Comment below what else you'd like me to try and recreate. Is there anything else that interests you in the Tichel world? You know, we're just about out of 1900s looks, but if there's anything else that is interesting to you guys, please do comment below. I'm always open to suggestions, and I'm interested in trying things that are interesting to you guys. If you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, and YouTube will tell you when the next Tichel tutorial is up midweek, or you got some makeup things going on the weekend, or some special new things popping up in between as they come about. So definitely subscribe so that YouTube can remind you that I'm here. For all the daily things, please go over to Instagram. I'm trying to post more frequently. The cup is extremely full, but I love sharing everything that's in there with you guys, so I try to post a bit more frequently there, and that way we can keep in touch. Wherever you are around the world, I do hope that you're staying safe. This is a very interesting time to be in the world, and I hope you're staying safe. I hope you're staying happy and you're looking after yourselves, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. Bye.